everyone, and welcome to my next reaction to Classic Who. So as I said in the last reaction, I am really not feeling well today, so if I seem off, that would be why. Let's get into it.
These components are from your TARDIS. You're stranded here. The contour you generated was a desperate lifeline to the future.
I shall soon have total control of the Force. The TARDIS key, Doctor.
No heroics, please, gentlemen. The Master will eliminate you without a second thought.
He really will.
Yes, Doctor.
What does the man want with an obsolete metropolitan?
Oh, no.
We're hallucinating again.
Is that how you travel, Doctor? Not exactly the first-class end of the market, but serviceable vehicle, Captain. I do not wish to believe, therefore I hallucinate. Is that the philosophy of Darlington Man, Professor?
Well, I've just seen.
Oh, wow.
Impossible.
Well, try telling that to Tegan and Nissa when the Master materializes in the sanctum.
Have you any idea where the sanctum is? What about behind that wall, where the passengers were working?
Could be.
But if it is, how did the girls get in there?
Well, the power source is unstable. Sometimes it works for the Master, sometimes against.
Right, let's go.
No, just the Professor and myself.
You'll need all the help you can get.
You've seen the hallucinogenic effects the power source can have. The closer you get, the stronger it is.
The Professor's the same as us.
The Professor has shown stronger resistance than most. By the way,
That is
if
true.
the Master turns up again, don't be surprised. It may take him a little time to discover I left the coordinate override switched in. Ready?
Oh, loves.
The Master was so desperate
no.
to penetrate the...
They've stopped hallucinating.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
What do you mean?
Are you any good at explanations?
Oh, yes, I take your point.
It is Professor Hayton.
Well, also, he doesn't believe half the stuff is going on that's going on.
I'm Angela Clifford. Do you know what's happened to Captain Urquhart and the rest of the crew?
My dear young lady, it's no good asking me. The Doctor's the expert here.
In all my years as a flight engineer, I have never seen any...
Listen!
Hide!
Roger, you wait here for the Doctor. Andrew, come with me.
You're never going to try and take off.
Of course not, but somewhere here there must be a control for these doors.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought it was that.
I love
So
him.
you locked the Master out of the TARDIS.
Well, maybe not out of the TARDIS, but we should be able to keep him off this flight deck. I was assuming this is the flight deck.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Oh, the fog is. Ah, that's more like it. Now, if we can hold up the Master long enough for the Doctor to get through to Nissa and Tegan.
Captain!
Oh, I love this guy. Oh! Oh, well, don't go deeper into the TARDIS. You might get lost. It might be a situation. It might... Oh, no. Oh, no.
We've got to get out of here. Stay where we are. The TARDIS is our only link with the 20th century. Where it goes, we go.
Now, you heard what the doctor said. We've
Come on, everybody. We haven't got much time. Are you there, Doctor? Doctor?
Of course, that's where he's hidden the other passengers.
He's not big enough.
Oh!
Something else for me to explain later.
Yeah. There's a lot of explanations.
This revolutionizes the whole
That we don't have time for.
Doctor, if only I were a younger man and had the time to make use of your knowledge.
Time. Yes, that's another thing.
Huh?
An induction loop. So that's how he generated the time contour. Don't you see what this means?
I certainly do not.
He's in the chamber, in the sanctum.
Engine trouble. That's a bit of luck. I'm not so sure. If there's a fault in the TARDIS, we could be marooned in this wilderness forever.
Be careful now.
You don't have to come in if you don't want to.
I've learned nothing waiting for you here.
Good man. Rest of you are...
Oh! As much of a negative Nancy he has been, he's helping. He's doing good.
There was an explosion. Oh, my head aches.
Are you restable?
They willed us to come here.
Who's they?
Look in the sarcophagus, Professor.
I assume whoever was speaking through Nissa
It's
before.
alive.
Ooh. Love, hide. Hide. There you go. There you go.
What are you doing?
A trouble shared is a trouble doubled.
Ah!
I hope the doctor knows how to put all this back.
Sabotage!
What is it?
An immeasurable intelligence.
I love
at the centre
him.
of a psychic.
But why should half the creature want to attack us anyway?
Oh, not the creature itself. The power is being used by the master.
The master's here?
Well, at least we've got half the
Nissa.
force on our side.
We have to force our way in.
When?
The blocks have been put back. We're trapped.
Well, that should put paid to any plans the master has to take off in this.
I thought after Concord you could fly anything, but I can't make head nor tail of this.
I'm sorry the doctor's not here.
Oh no!
Well, you seem to be having a little difficulty with TARDIS yourself.
Ah!
It's no longer important to me. I now have all that I require. The TARDIS, for what it's worth, is yours. Bon voyage, gentlemen.
Oh no. Oh boy. They're gonna be fine. I have full faith in both of them.
You seen one of these before?
A legendary race long since extinct.
Zaraphin?
They're supposed to have lived on the planet Zaraphin before it was devastated by crossfire in the Varon-Koznak's war.
Oh, Doctor, please, on top of everything else, not little green men from outer space.
Oh, there's nothing green about the Zaraphin, I assure you. Highly developed creatures, beings of immense mental power.
Doesn't it remind you of something?
The work of a tissue compression eliminator.
Oh,
It's a little
Tegan.
toy of the Masters.
That's the Citadel. If that's the case, the TARDIS has turned into a helicopter.
The power's returning. Can't you feel it?
We must find a way out of here.
Don't be afraid, Doctor.
No, Nissa, you'll be absorbed.
Zaraphin is calling us. The Zaraphin is very close.
No, stop! Nissa, talk to me, explain it to me. But the knowledge will consume you!
Sacrifice is required for your survival,
No,
Doctor.
no, no, whoa, whoa,
The
whoa.
Zaraphin.
Stop. I shall talk to the Zaraphin.
No, Professor.
Oh!
I'm a scientist, Doctor. The chance of inheriting the wisdom of all the universe is an opportunity I cannot ignore.
It will destroy you. You don't understand what you're doing.
Precisely, Doctor. But soon, I shall know everything.
The Zaraphin welcomes you, Professor.
Oh!
Get back from there!
Tegan snatched Nissa. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh, I feel bad. I feel bad. Even if he had his grumpy pants on, I feel bad.
Roger!
We must be in a perpetual holding pattern.
I'm going to have a go at flying this thing.
Are you sure?
What other chance have we got?
I am so here for you. Yeah, it's gonna get bumpy for a bit. There's gonna be a lot of
Somewhere along here.
Well, this can't be it.
wrong
The power
pushes of the
return.
buttons and
They
everything.
sealed up the wall again.
The molecular structure is completely broken up.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
That's not all.
Oh!
I think the Zaraphin is trying to materialize.
Go into my TARDIS. I am the master. You will obey me.
So we traveled to this deserted planet to build a new home for our people.
That explains the spaceship we saw.
But the sickness followed us.
Radiation poisoning.
Using our psychic power, we melded into a unity. In that shape, we planned to rest until the contamination had passed. Then we could regenerate. At the moment of regeneration, the Time Lord came, seeking our power.
The master.
This guy back there is very good at hiding in plain
Those
sight.
who were first reborn.
How did the master gain so much control over your psychic power?
Through the projection of his mind, he communicated with our baseness.
But surely there's more good than evil in the Zaraphin? And the good is controlling the power that helped Tegan and Nissa and is still resisting the master.
The schismatic effect of the Time Lord's intervention. We are infinitely divided.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Oh!
I am Zarak, of the race of the Zaraphin. My brother has misled you, Doctor. We need no help. The Zaraphin has a new destiny.
Divided.
Whichever Zaraphin wins will control their combined power.
For good or for evil?
You talked me out of my purpose, Brother Anathon. But other councils will prevail. It is forbidden. In the New Order, nothing is forbidden. No! Come forth, Callistoran. Come to me, Mordal. Help me, Doctor.
How can we help you?
With our minds. We must will the dark Zaraphin not to appear.
I can't keep this up much longer.
You must.
Ooh.
Embrace again the eternal truth of the Zaraphin. Too late, my brother. The Master is ready for us.
The Master's perfected the induction loop.
What's happened to the Zaraphin?
Transferred to the center of the Master's TARDIS.
What does that mean?
Nothing
It
good?
means the Master has finally defeated me.
Oh! Oh! Oh my.
With the Zaraphin at the center of his TARDIS, there's no limit to his powers. It would help if you could remember where you came in.
Even if we found it, we wouldn't be able to open it with the Zaraphin gone.
Then we have to resort to brute force.
Well, okay.
I thought this thing would never stabilize.
I don't think we'll risk touching any more controls. Look for a radio.
What's the matter, Captain? Where did you come from?
Oh!
The TARDIS!
Captain Stapley. Doctor, am I glad to see you.
Are we glad to see the TARDIS?
Perhaps you could take us to the other side of that wall.
What?
You have control, as they say.
I can't fly this thing.
Then how did you pilot it here?
Professor Hayter, of course.
Didn't you instruct Professor Hayter on how to fly the TARDIS?
Professor Hayter is dead.
Then what did we see, if it wasn't Hayter?
Possibly a telepathic projection.
The man was atomized.
No. He was absorbed into the Zaraphin life force.
Oh, wow. Meanwhile, this guy is still just hanging out.
Nissa, I want you to take the TARDIS back to the Concorde cargo hold, Captain. I want you and your crew to get your aircraft ready for takeoff immediately.
After that landing, I doubted the aircraft is safe to fly.
Begin a prayer, Captain.
Well, if the damage isn't too bad, we could always cannibalize Victor Foxtrot.
But what about a runway?
I'm sure you'll do your very best. Tegan, come with me. Nissa, the coordinates are all set.
The undercarriage itself is virtually undamaged. We can probably nick the spares from Victor Foxtrot. That's funny.
What?
I thought I saw Victor Foxtrot shimmer. Must be imagining things.
Where have you been?
I'll explain later. Where's my TARDIS?
In the cargo hold, of course.
Captain, is your aircraft all right?
Well, apart from some damage to the hydraulics, we will take some bits off Victor Foxtrot.
Ah, not a good idea.
Doctor, it would work.
If that were Concorde.
Well, it is Concorde.
That aircraft was damaged. Now it's in perfect condition.
Yeah.
We must be hallucinating again.
I'm afraid not. That's the Master's TARDIS.
It's a plane.
The Master's operated as chameleon circuit.
And materialised round the other aircraft. The Doctor's going to materialise round the Master's TARDIS.
You know what happened before.
There's no time for anything else.
We're too late.
Oh, no.
We're stuck here.
I'm afraid so.
Oh.
Inside would seem is the Master. Come on.
Well, okay.
Your substitution of the temporal limiter for the time-lapse compressor.
Ah, well, that's the way it goes if you will steal other people's property. What's he talking about, Nissa? Have you been tampering with the TARDIS?
Of course not.
Have you any idea what would have happened if I tried to go forward with the wrong...
Doctor, I think I can explain.
You, Captain?
You see, when we were on the TARDIS, I swapped some of the parts around. I thought it might put a spanner in the works. It's a stupid idea, really.
Stupid. It was brilliant.
Oh,
Your prospects seem rather
so
limited.
brilliant.
What are your terms?
We return all the passengers. We have access to both aircraft. You return all the components of my TARDIS, not necessary for the normal functioning of your machine. Has he agreed? Well, we'll know that in a moment.
He's accepted.
Making a deal with the
Captain, I'll need
master
your
is
aircraft ready
tricky
for takeoff
business,
soon as
though.
possible.
We'll do our best. Roger, Andrew?
Now, you two. Stay here. The idea, you see, is to keep him waiting until we're ready to take off.
Why do we need Concord? Can't we all go back in the TARDIS?
No, I need the TARDIS to deal with the master.
Okay.
Doctor, how are you going to deal with the Master? Doctor?
I'm thinking about it.
That was funny.
I am impatient to leave this place. Tell the doctor I require the temporal limiter immediately. Or I shall start to eliminate your passengers.
Doctor, hurry up. The Master's getting trigger happy out there.
Well, we better not keep him waiting.
Thank you. Should I say au revoir, Doctor?
Oh, my word.
I suppose he could end up anywhere in the universe.
So what's the catch?
Heathrow, actually.
What?
He's virtually running in a new TARDIS. In order to check out the temporal dimensions, he'll need to track back the line of the time contour.
Land up in London with that nucleus on board.
Yes, that's disaster. Quite right. Shall we go on board?
The passengers are coming too.
Passengers are your responsibility, Tegan. When you get them on board, stand by these tyres.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do apologise for the delay.
Oh, Tegan!
Boarding. Would you care to proceed to your aircraft immediately?
You don't think I could fool the master, do you? Mind you, there is an inhibition factor inherent in the programming.
What does that mean?
He'll arrive after us.
Air on master engine. Yes, Doctor. Fasten your seatbelt for takeoff, please.
Now.
There's like fun, peppy music, so I feel like they'll be successful.
What did I tell you, Doctor? Finest aircraft in the world.
No!
Now, as we dematerialize, we reverse the process of the time contour and kick Concorde back onto its original flight path, with a bit of luck.
What's happening?
Center of gravity shifted. Look! From out of nowhere. Speedbird Concorde, Golf Alpha Charlie.
Roger. Speedbird Concorde Golf Alpha Charlie.
Oh, yay!
We're back.
Funny way to travel.
Kind of fun, though.
You miss it, don't you?
Oh, I don't know. It's not exactly dull travelling with the Doctor.
Well, that's certainly true. Although you're normally pretty terrified, I will say.
The monster can't land!
No, same coordinates as the TARDIS, but we got here first. Just.
It's gone.
Knocked back into time-space like a straight 6 into the pavilion.
Zaraphin will never be able to regenerate.
Well, they stand a much better chance on their own planet.
You sent them to Zaraphin? But the radiation
That was millions of years ago. The atmosphere would be perfectly clear by now. Not a very nice climate for the master, though.
He'll just take off again.
Well, I think with that extra energy on board, my temporal limiter will need replacing.
He's stuck on Zaraphin.
Yes.
Oh,
Good. Now,
my
where's
goodness.
Tegan?
The master's gonna be plucked.
Air Australia announced the departure of flight AS342 to Sydney, Australia. Will passengers proceed to passport control to gate 14?
The airline, not to mention Whitehall, is going to need a full explanation.
We did rescue the passengers and crew.
And got our own plane back from a time warp.
Time warp, indeed.
The doctor was absolutely right. We've been away for 140 million years.
What about Victor Foxtrot?
Oh, Victor Foxtrot was never really lost.
What? Should be on the other side of the sewage farm.
Must have been beside the ruins of the Citadel for 140 million years.
You just have to dig it up.
Yes. Oh, not that police box again.
It's the doctor.
Oh!
You know my friend, the airport controller. I'm sure he can give you a full explanation.
I think I'm entitled to a few explanations.
I'll just make a quick phone call, which should clear the whole thing up.
That police box is really a spaceship in disguise.
And it's called the TARDIS.
TARDIS. TARDIS.
And it travels in time as well.
Gentlemen, if you persist with this flippancy, it will be time to talk about
I love these three.
disciplinary action.
Happy landings, Doctor.
Happy landings, Doctor.
Hello. I thought you were going with the doctor.
So did I.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, Tegan! Okay. Well, I don't even know what to say about that ending, truly. I mean, just leaving her like that is just so insane to me. And in that last scene, or last little bit with Tegan, it did cross my mind that like maybe she's going to be making a decision. Does she want to stay? This is something that she has wanted for such a long time. Or does she actually really enjoy traveling with the doctor, even though a lot of times it's pretty terrifying and all of that? Does she find some sense of fulfillment with traveling with the doctor? So I was actually genuinely expecting a moment where she's like, you know what? I still want to travel with you, which probably would have happened if the doctor didn't just leave her. Oh my goodness. All right. I was not prepared for two back-to-back companion exits. I mean, serves me right. Serves me right. Talking throughout this entire season of, I love bigger TARDIS teams, and it's just so nice, and la-di-da-di-da, and then, a 1-2 punch. What on earth was that? Like, okay. And I really, really love Tegan as a companion. I really do. I think she's amazing. And I definitely like that she seems to have somewhat of a, I don't necessarily want to say realistic, but just this, she outwardly expresses her feelings of, you know, what a lot of people would be feeling deep down on the inside during a lot of these adventures. So I am shocked by that, especially the way that the doctor just left. Like, did he just forget that Tegan was not on board? Is that what happened? Like, what? What was that? What was that? What was that? Okay. Well, all right. I don't even know. I really don't. But anyway, okay. I'm sorry. I'm still shocked by that. All right. The rest of this story. You know, I did really like the supporting cast. I said that in the last reaction, I loved Captain Stapley. I believe that's his name. I really liked him. He was, I mean, just such a great presence in this story. I liked the entire flight crew. I thought they were really, really great. And even the professor, as, you know, negative as he was at times, I think he still, you know, especially in these two parts, really was stepping up and trying to do things to help and all of that. So I thought all of the performances were really, really good. And I genuinely, these three in this flight crew, particularly the captain, I would have been fine joining the TARDIS team. You know what I mean? I was kind of hoping that Captain Stapley might have become a companion and not like, and we gain one and not like lose one. I still don't even know what to make of that. Okay. All right. Otherwise, plot-wise, I felt like it was fine. I did feel like, and I'm going to let you guys know that, yes, I'm not feeling well while watching this. And I have a very, very bad headache, and I took painkillers and they're not really kicking in. It's really, I was hoping by the end of filming this story, I would feel a lot better, and it's the opposite. Let me just say that. So I'm saying this through the lens of somebody who has a really, really bad headache. I felt like a bit, maybe in the third episode, but there was a lot of more explaining than showing, and I understand that that has to happen sometimes, but when you have a headache and you're just trying to follow every single thing that everybody's saying, your job is just like, oh my goodness, like it was a little rough to get through. That's the only thing that I want to say about that. The other thing that I do want to mention right before I sign off, because I'm really not feeling well, is I forgot to mention in the first two episodes of this in the previous reaction that I did really like that they took the time to take a scene and address the loss of Adric. I hope in the next episode they take the time to address the loss of Tegan. I feel horrible for Tegan. Horrible. And Adric. There was a lot. There was a lot in these two stories. Whew, my goodness. All right. If you would like to support me on Patreon or subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. But if not, I'm just happy that you were here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time.